All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'll wait for some more people to hop on, and then we will get this party started. Right. Okay, so it's all up to you guys. What do you guys want? You guys want to talk about? I'm here. There will be questions about stats. Yes, Hiba. Will there be a lot about stats? You could say that there is a statistically significant amount of stats, or at least a statistically significant amount of stats. Hello, Peyton. Well, I'm just going to stare blankly at this screen until you guys ask me questions about what we're doing. Hello. Beep, boop, beep. Do you guys want me to put up some info? Put up some info. That's good. Some questions and stuff for you guys to mess with. Hello, Arian. Hello, Hannah. Do we need to know the formulas for the stats unit? No, Mahir. I won't ask you. I won't ask you stat stuff. I won't I won't ask you to add and subtract things and stuff like that. You won't need to know. Okay. Peyton, stages of development. Which are you talking about? Cognitive development? Are you talking about moral development? Are you talking about psychosocial development? Are you talking about psychosexual development? What stages are you referring to, Peyton? What stages? Yes. Yes, Aileen. Methods are there. History approaches, research methods and statistics, and testing and intelligence. Moral and cognitive. I can do that. Okay. So I'm going to give you just the quick crash course in this, Peyton. For those of you who have a test tomorrow, no, developmental psychology is not on this test. However, this is an open environment for people who are also studying for the AP exam. Okay, so let me kind of flip the script here so you can look at that, Peyton. Okay, so just remember this is we're starting with cognitive, so just remember Piaget's four stages: sensorimotor, pre-operational, concrete operational, formal operational. And I know we spent a lot of time on this in class. We spent an entire day, but we can really just kind of breeze through these pretty quickly. Sensorimotor stage, remember Piaget, the main idea for this is that Piaget believed that babies did not think. This was a very the first stage of life, birth to 2 years of old. As it says, child relies heavily on innate motor responses to stimuli. Really, just kind of interacting with the world and reacting to it, not very little thought processing or um, intellectual thought that was going on. We now know today that babies do think and process things, but back in the day, Piaget didn't believe so. Okay, just remember object permanence, something that babies get around the age of 6 months, and before then they don't have object permanence, so that's why peekaboo is really fun for them, and that's why when things disappear and go away, it's like, oh my gosh, where'd it go? It doesn't exist, it's gone, and out of sight, out of mind. So then you run into the pre-operational stage, and you have all these different aspects that happen during the pre-operational stage. First, they gain this sense of self. They recognize that they themselves are a person. As I said, it's between the ages of 2 and 6 and 7. And then, as part of that, an issue that stems from that is this egocentrism. The world revolves around me. This is where they legitimately don't recognize other people's thoughts and feelings, and that's because they haven't developed. They don't even have that sense, and so you have the kid that's watching television that stands right in front of the TV, and they don't recognize that they are in your way. They can only see themselves, or they can only understand what they are seeing. They don't recognize anything else. Um, no, no, Mahir, I'm knocking it all to today. Um, because I have some of this is for first semester kids, but no, there's not another one later. I was going to, but I I can only do so many things with my life, guys. So we will put those all together here. So if you want to ask questions about things that will be on your test tomorrow, you should ask them, because if you don't, I will just answer any question. So we can talk about the test tomorrow, Arian. You have to ask me questions about that. So, but right now, Peyton has asked me questions about developmental. Nope, I changed nothing. Yes. So let me finish this, and then if you want to ask me things about other stuff, yes. I will not forget about the first semester kids. Yes, I can, Mahira, but I am answering Peyton's question right now. Okay, so back to your question, Peyton. So once they finish their sense of self, theory of the mind, as it says, this is their recognition that other people have thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and then you get that animistic thinking where everything has thoughts, feelings, emotions. You know, dolls, your stuffed animals, the table, that you just ran into, and then you have centration, which is the ability. This is something good, to solve problems. However, they really can only solve problems from one angle, and so what you end up having, which is great, it's the very beginning of solving problems, awesome, but they only see it from one angle, and so you run into issues with like the orange juice and the different types of cups, and you have irreversibility where they can't reverse something that just happened, and so you get to play lots of little tricks on kids. It's great. Okay, so once we are out of the pre-operational stage, we get to concrete operational stage. Kids are able to think logically. They are able to solve problems from different angles. However, they really struggle with abstract thoughts, things that don't make sense, things that are outside the ordinary. That's their main struggle. And then you get your formal operational stage. That's where you are smart, figure things out. Okay, cognitive development. You get your three levels here, 2 stages within each. Pre-conventional, stage 1, stage 2, obedience and punishment orientation. So stage 1, don't really care about others, just care about themselves. Avoid punishment, gain rewards. Stage 2, this is you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You help me with something, and then I'll help you with something. So there's a recognition of other people, but it's still I'm helping myself. Okay. Conventional level, level 2, deals with first is good interpersonal relationship. I like to think of this as the middle school level, where it's all about making other people happy. We want people to like us, and so we'll do whatever that takes. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. We want them to like us. And then stage 4, maintaining social order. This is just following the rules. A person in this stage wants to follow the rules. Stage 5, social contract and individual rights. So this is all about the situation. Like I am following. I recognize that there are laws, but look at the situation. Look what's going on here. So laws and rules are bendable within this realm. So, and then finally, stage 6 is universal principles. This is just talking about what is truly right. It doesn't matter about the situation. It's all about going. It's all about following, like these abstract concepts of righteousness and justice and what is moral and stuff like that. Okay, cool. You're welcome, Peyton, anytime. All right, so Mahira, you asked, do we need to know the inferential statistics and frequency distribution and polygraphs? Of course. If it was in your readings, you need to know it. So yes, Mahira, you need to know those things. I have now answered your question. No, I will not slow down. For the different perspectives like Gestalt, behavioral, evolutionary, etc., do we need to know the basics of it? Do you need to know the basics of it, like what you taught us in class? Yes, Hiba. That sounds about right. That's what I would want to know for a test. Yes. Easy, you probably want to know about frequency polygons. It might come up on a test. If it was in your readings, it'd be a good thing to know. Sure. Okay. So Mahir is asking, could you go over fluid and crystallized abilities under Cantel and provide real life examples? Sure. Misbah, there's no specific person for biopsychosocial. Just a conglomerate of people brought it together. You don't need to know anyone specific. Okay, so all right, so let's start with crystallized intelligence. Crystallized intelligence, I know the language in the readings is putting it nicely academic, but really all it is, guys, is it's just the things that you know, information that you have stored in your brain. So basically all of the information on most of the questions on my test would be it's testing your crystallized intelligence. What information do you know? What information have you stored in your brain? And what information are you holding on to? Now, fluid intelligence is being able to basically just solve problems. You're welcome, Misbah. Is being able to solve problems. It's the process of solving problems. So you have two different people who are really good at like working through a math problem or solving like a puzzle box, and some people are really good at just like holding on to information and can be really good at like trivia questions like trivia night and stuff like that. So when I go do my little trivia nights every once in a while with some of my compadres, most of them are really good at answering random questions about things that they've just held onto, just information that they've retained, and that's all crystallized intelligence. So, yep. Okay. I'm talking about the intelligence reading, Alien. Yep. Well, I mean, you had the intelligence readings, and then you had the the readings for the different schools of psychology. So I've had several different types of readings. So, all right, next. If you want, I can ask you guys questions. If you don't have any more questions. Beep boop beep. First semester people, you guys can ask me whatever the heck you want. My second semester people are being lame. And we can talk about whatever. We can talk about anything. Wait, Mihira, wait. I will wait for a good song. I don't think I'm singing an actual song, but that will not stop me from singing. As I wait for someone to ask me a question. Beep boop beep. Can we go over factor analysis, variability, and that one other one we learned before the quiz? Sure. What was the frequency polygon thing mentioned earlier? It's like a graph. Started with an R. Reliability, Mizba? Are you asking about reliability? Okay. I will answer those questions. However, before I do that, let me put a question up so that the people who are like, I know what that is, can have something to look at. I'm not even looking at the right book. No, they cannot. Good question though, Mahira. But no, they're just inherently different things. Okay. Let me type this question up and then I'll start answering questions. I will be here. Okay, so let's start. We're going back to Mizba. Okay, so let's start with factor analysis. Okay. So I'm going to post to you the dictionary definition of factor analysis. And as it says, it's a process in which the values of observed data are expressed as functions of a number of possible causes in order to find which are the most important. Okay. So all this is saying is that because it's like it's giving, think of it as like giving a name to something that is just super basic, and I think that's kind of like where people's struggles might come from. So the reason why it's called something is because basically, or given this name, is because Charles Spearman was trying to figure out what like all of this information meant. So he was pulling all of these tests, all of these scores from tests, and he's trying to figure out what specific thing like affected everything else. Like why were their scores a certain way? And so that's going to go, so it goes back to the G factor. And that's what's going on with the G factor, is that this one score, this one concept that he found in the data was, connected to everything else. And so as it says, a process in which the values of observed data, so it's a process where you are taking points of data, different pieces of data, and you are trying to understand what caused that data to be. So it's really just like taking information together and expressing what that data is. That's it. So, and just recognize that was a process that Charles Spearman used in order to um, look at the G factor. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about variability and reliability real quick. I'll talk about those both of those together. Um, so variability is testing, and here I'll do the dictionary definition again. Is basically blah, 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 is showing us whether or not a test is doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, so a process in which the value. Oop, I just copied the last one. Let's try this again. Deleted. Yes, Peyton. I will. I will. When I finish explaining this, I'll come back to interference. Okay. So, is the extent to which data points in a statistical distribution or set diverge from the average or mean value, as well as the extent to which these data points differ from each other. So, what this is looking at is. Oh no! I just typed in variability. Yeah, that's variability. No, ignore that. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to stop googling these. So validity is saying that okay, you are taking a test, and this test is covering the is testing what it's supposed to. So I know I use this. Here, let me use like a different example. So you're in math class and you're learning about um, PEMDAS. Okay, you're first learning. Here, what am I doing? Just delete it. You're first learning PEMDAS, and if they start giving you problems that don't affect, that aren't talking about PEMDAS, then um, that doesn't mean anything. Like it doesn't do anything. It's not the test is pointless. There's no point. Like if you're um trying to test your knowledge on something, but the test is talking about something completely different, what the heck is the point of taking the test? It's not valid. It doesn't make any sense. You do something else. And because that's the purpose of a test is to assess whether or not you know certain content. That's what achievement test is, and so you want your test to be valid, so that you know, like, okay, well, I screwed up, like I got a really bad grade. Well, that's because I don't know PEMDAS, and I need to learn PEMDAS. And reliability is checking whether or not your scores are reliable. If a person knows the information and takes the test 5 times and their scores are all over the place, well, then your score is not reliable. Your test isn't reliable. People who know information should get very similar scores. So yes, Arian, that is correct. Okay, so all right, there you go, Ms. Booth. That is factory analysis. You did want variability. Why am I thinking you wanted validity? Or did you want, Ms. Booth, did you want variability or did you want validity? I thought you were wanting variability. Well, if you wanted, let me know, Ms. Bo. I'm so sorry. I did read that right. I was just, my mind was on validity. Okay. For GNT, I still don't know who you are. Your name drives me crazy. I wish you would change it to something that I would remember because you've told me, but I don't know who you are. Okay. What was the frequency polygon thing you mentioned earlier? So simply put, frequency polygons are there. I could just show you a picture. This is a frequency polygon. It's just a way of showing data, points of data, and it usually turns up like this. It's just a bunch of points, and you think of it like a line graph, basically. So, beep. There you go. Easy peasy. Yep. Just another way of showing data. Emma here, no. Can naturalistic observation and surveys be a part of correlation? No. No. Because correlation, all you're doing is correlation. All you're doing is looking at two different data points, like two different sets of data. You're not going to be watching anybody do stuff. You're not going to be recording anything. Now, a person might take data from a naturalistic observation and apply it to some sort of correlational method, but it's never going to be like the same thing. It's always kind of something different. Is Trey? Can you change your name? Is Trey, so that I know who I'm talking about? Okay. So you are asking about variability. Okay, let me pull this back up. So variability is very important when we are trying to. You are, in fact, my favorite Trey this year. I do not like another Trey any better. Okay. The extent to which data points in a statistical distribution or data set diverge from the average or the mean value, as well as the extent to which these data points differ from each other. So variance, how much does it vary? So it's just talking about like when you get a set of scores, how different are they from each other? How far away are these things from one another? And this we'll later use this information to help us find like standard deviation and stuff like that. So, yep, there you go. That's variance. I mean, there's nothing else to it. It's just nothing fancy. Okay, so going back to my question, yes, you would say that they were gifted, but you would also say that Terman would think that they would be successful later on in life, that they would do well later on in life. Someone is at the door. Teddy is welcoming them. Hey! Hey, do you guys want to see someone? Hold on. Hey, HM, is that you? You guys want to see Matt HM? Hey, Matt, come here. Hi, brother. I'm on my stream. I think some of my students, I've told stories about you. They might want to see you. So everyone, this is my friend Matt HM. Say hi. Say, oh, right. You're not. You'll be on the screen in like 5 seconds. Okay, yeah. So this is Matt and Teddy now. So yeah, Matt's that guy that I told you I've told several stories about. So this is very exciting. No, it's not Jason. That's the other guy. So okay, cool. All right. All right. Were you hanging out with? I brought him back from. Oh, nice. And then, dang. Well, yeah. He works for Uber, so you're gonna pay anything. There you go. There you go. Yeah, he's from the Dungeons and Dragons games. Remember the not confirmation bias? No, hindsight bias. He's the hindsight bias. Yes, Arian. Yes, he's the one who wouldn't draw. Yeah. Yeah, hindsight bias. He's the story. He's when it's Dungeons and Dragons, I'm oftentimes talking about him at HM, but that's him in the flesh. See, I do have friends. It's true. I'm so excited. You guys got to see him. He's cool. He's a cool guy. Yeah, I think he was driving my brother. I know. Thanks, Mizwa. I know. I got friends. Yeah, my friends are cool. Okay. So from Infinity War? What's Infinity War, Mizwa? I don't know what you're talking about. I do. I have friends. Cool guy. Okay, I am super lost. I don't remember what I was talking about. Where am I? Oh no, oh no, he's not. No. Right. I'm actually he is not one of my friends I'm going to Infinity War with. I have other friends I'm going to Infinity War with. So okay. See? All right. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm kind of going back to old questions. Well, Akash, you were wrong. Okay, so it's like 1, 2, and then maybe 11. I'm not sure. Not in the book. I'm not sure. Just yeah. Okay, so I am hopping to Mahira. You asked, could you go over frequency distribution and inferential statistics? Okay, so let me just give you like um, a picture of this because it's super simple. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for this to pop. So frequency distribution, you'll see kind of on this table, um, is it's just a way that you organize data. Um, and it allows you to like tally up scores, and it allows you to take a look at um, it allows you to like grab information together and um, and and create graphs and stuff. It allows you to get um, uh, these frequency distributions or this normal curve. So what you would do is you would have like number of M&Ms in a bag, okay, and so you are counting up this would be like different colors. I don't know why they have these 50 whatever, and so you would get all these different colors like brown, red, yellow, green, something. Oh no, so you do like a bunch of different, you do 30 different bags, and you would count up how many had this many M&Ms, and so every time there was 57 of them, you'd put a tally mark, and it would just infrequently go up and go up and go up, and so that would be a way for you to just get information down, if that makes sense. So yeah, don't think of it as anything interesting or like like it's just how we get information down. Um, so okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Um, so then inferential statistics, like it's in the name. So it's you take it's taking information from your is taking information from your data and then inferring it or applying it to the overall population. So our when we take the information that we've garnered from our study, we then attempt to um, apply it to or make judgments of the probability that there was something that changed. So we're taking this info and then now we're like, okay, well, what does that say about the entire population? Because we're only talking about we only have our samples from our sample groups. We don't have all the information. We haven't tested the entire population of Boston High School by giving them soda or coffee or whatever. We've only done a small sample group. So now we're going to take this data that we've compiled from our sample groups and we're going to infer it about the rest of the population, and that's inferential statistics. So and that's like the entire point. That's what we're trying to get to. So yep. Okay, hope that makes sense. Could I go over descriptive statistics and standard deviation? Yes, I can. Is it like standardization? How so? No, standardization is talking about testing. Inferential statistics is talking about research. No. Standardization is trying to make sure that your test questions are can be understood by everyone in a certain population. They're just two different things. Like, yeah, just no. So, yes, Akash, yes, p-value stuff. Okay. Fiza, descriptive statistics are it's just talking about, it's when you are looking at, it's used to describe like basic concepts inside of the data or the study. It allows us to have summaries about the sample. We're not talking about the full population. We're not taking this info and applying it to the full population. We're just talking about the sample. So that's what descriptive statistics are. Descriptive statistics are still talking about this sample. It's just like a summary of everything that's been put together for that sample. What else did you ask? Standard deviation. Standard deviation is the average distance from the mean. So it goes back to variance. It's going back to this idea of variance. And Mohammed, I talked about crystallized and fluid intelligence at the beginning of the stream. So if you go back, you can find it. I didn't hit mute, did I? I don't know why you can't hear me. I'm on. I don't know what I've done. I'm good. I can hear myself. I'm good. I don't know that's on you. Okay. Okay. Where am I? Have I answered everything? Okay. So p-value. P-value is looking at like whether or not is basically, it's like, how do I want to put this? It's talking about the probability of like whether or not it's talking about like the hypothesis, and it's talking about like whether or not it's going to be accurate. So this is all on the statistical side of things. And so it's measuring whether or not the hypothesis or the null hypothesis is true. And it's just kind of it's a pointing at that summary. I will not be asking you any questions about the p-value. I can't think of a time when I've seen that on a test or on an AP exam. So yeah. Okay. All right, I'm catching up. What did Kohler do believe, and have you seen much of Erik Erikson's development stages on previous AP exams? Yes, I have seen Erik Erikson's stuff. And and by Kohler, like, what are you asking? Like, specifically, like, what did he mean, believe at all? Or I'm not sure what you're asking. He's one of the Gestalt psychologist guys. He's one of the major founders of Gestalt psychology, if that's what you're asking. Wolfgang Kohler. And yeah, Erikson pops up on exams, so you'll see his name. Oh, okay. Yeah, Yeah, good, Mahira. Yeah. So what would be an example on standard deviation? That's a good question, Fiza. Let me see if I can find one that is not incriminating to the test. Oh, okay. Here we go. It says he challenged the law of effect. I wouldn't worry too much about it, Peyton. Yeah. To be honest, I don't even know much about that, so I haven't seen it, and I don't think it would be an issue. He's not someone that. The only info that I've seen that you might need to know about is that he helped formulate Gestalt psychology. So, otherwise, I'm not sure. All right, so a question might look something like this, and the answer choices would be. Here you go. Oh, and I am not going to just steamroll through all of the different people. If you want to ask me about a specific person and which side they took it on, I will be happy to do that. But I'm not just going to roll through every single person. If there's a specific person you want me to talk about, I can. Yeah. So that might be a question that would be a question I might put on a test. Okay. IQ is an intelligence quotient, and EQ is emotional. Is emotional intelligence your emotional quotient? Tells you how emotional intelligence is like how well you how good are you in like social situations, how good are you at recognizing other people's feelings, and also how good are you at recognizing your own feelings, stuff like that. Mean is correct, by the way. Yes, mean is correct. Yes, you need to know about the different skews. Remember the tail tells the tail. So whichever side the tail is facing, whichever direction, that is like whichever way the tail is pointing, that's the side so if the tail is on the positive end, it's a positive skew. If the tail's on the negative end, then it's a negative skew. Well, don't Akash, don't use left and right. Use positive and negative. Use positive and negative. De nada. Because standard deviation is the average distance from the mean. And so the very first step in calculating standard deviation, there's several steps. There's the steps for this is first you figure out whatever the mean is, and then for each individual number. So let's say you had 10 numbers, okay, and you found out whatever the mean was. So now for each of those numbers, you subtract it from the mean and square the result. So and then you find the mean of those squared results, and then you take the square root of that, and that's your standard deviation. And so bunch of math jargon or whatever, but that's showing you the average distance uh, from from your central point. And so you just start with your mean. So yeah, I did give you that back some. Okay, cool. Yep. All right. Let me put down another question. Uh, if you guys have other questions, you may ask them, but oh no, I've been typing this entire time and haven't been writing anything down. All right, here we go. You don't think you got it back? Hmm. Well, if that is the case, I apologize. I remember turning things back, but yeah, I might not have done that. Sorry, guys. Okay, I have 5 things to write down, so let's get these out of the way to a very small class of students. B test was a poor measure of the students' knowledge. Try not to post anything for just a second, guys. Just wait, let me mean test scores score was lower than the median score. Students generally performed well on the test, and students' scores tended to be very similar to one another. Wait till the end! Move. There you go. Thank you, Mohammed. Post what on Schoology, Sam? Oh, you guys wanted the which statistic? Let me see if I have that here. I don't know if I have that here, guys. I think I have that on my yeah. Let me see if it's on there. Because I don't have my school computer, so I don't have all of my info on here. Let me see. Let me check Schoology real quick. States of consciousness, no. If you go for those of you who are looking for like note stuff, Statistics Outline on the Research Methods and Statistics folder has a lot of info. But yeah, no, I don't have it on there. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I just don't have those resources here with me. Sorry. So, yeah, my bad on. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah. Yeah, he is correct. Good one, guys. Good. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I do not have that with me. So, not on my not on this computer. So, my badsies. Okay. All right. Well, let's keep trucking. Let's keep trucking. I'm gonna just start looking for question stuff, and just start typing putting in questions. If you guys have, um, if you guys have your own questions, I will answer them as they come along. But kind of while I'm doing that, I'm gonna pose some questions for you guys. Give me a second. If you're asking questions, I'm like trying to. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, I'm back. All right. I'll put some stats question stuff up. So here's a question here. There's a little softball. Kind of get you guys rocking and rolling. I'll get some statistics stuff in here. G factor. Yeah, I know. I've asked similar questions. Sorry, Arian. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so hard to see. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. Hold on. Oh, that's terrible. Ow! It doesn't. It won't do what I want it to do. Nothing you can say anymore, Arian, won't be construed as a kind comment. Nothing against you, but it's more fun to be incensed by. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I can't. It has to be like that. I can't like do spaces and stuff. Okay, B is correct. Negative point or is negative 0.67 is your greatest. Remember, your like correlation and the is between 1 and negative 1 and 1, and the closer you get to 1 or negative 1 or 1, the stronger the degree of relationship. The closer it gets to 0, the worse that it is. Okay, so B is correct. Yeah, B is correct. Point at negative negative 0.67. Okay. Cool. Um, um, okay. Here is does this in a way that's readable. Look for the periods to separate them. There you go. But yeah, there's these are the different these are the facts and theories, causes and effects, case studies and surveys, random samples, and representational samples, representative, and then hypothesis and operational definitions. Those are the different ones. Okay, cause and effects, good. Okay. Next question. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Good. Okay. Here's the next question. Once again, just look for the spaces in between these. Oh, you guys didn't even need me. Bam! Yes. Easy peasy. Okay. All right. Yes. Double blind study, guys. Double blind. Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Berry have 5 children, ages 2, 3, 7, 9, and 9. They're twins. Median age. Okay. Good. Yeah, you'll get a couple questions like that on the test tomorrow. Just super easy. Like just make sure you know the different ones. Good, 7 is correct. Okay, next question. And there's the different answers. Okay, good. Yeah. Yep. All right, good. All right, next question. Good, consent, informed consent is correct. No, Misba, we don't. You don't need to know it for the test. I haven't seen it. They're more worried about the human ones. So do you guys want me to hop off? I'm doing a bunch of research methods questions. Everyone okay with this? I can. Okay, good. Yep. Good. Okay. All right, next question. Okay, in the hypothesis, students who study a list of terms in the morning just after waking up will recall more terms than students who study the list before falling asleep. I'm glad you're alive, Janelle. We were worried about you. Yeah, when they study, whether or not they're doing it before they go to sleep or after they go to sleep. Very good. Yes. Yeah, that's what's being manipulated, or that's what can be changed. Good. Okay, next question. Okay, I'm gonna jump back to asking some IQ or intelligence questions as well. Um, so good. Okay. All right, it is 8 o'clock. Let me do one last question. Um, mm, yeah, it's an easy one for you. Yeah. Yes, Akash, you could say. Well, let me go back. Um, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Akash, that would be fine. That'd be fine. Good. Practical. Okay. All right. We're done, skis, boys and girls. Tomorrow you got your test. You'll do fine so long as you study tonight. You got 2 hours before you need to go to bed, so be sure to do that thing. Otherwise, I am headed out. I gotta go take nap number 2 before I do my Infinity War thing tonight. Ugh, terrible. You'll be fine, Janelle. Sorry, Akash. Well, what do you guys have other questions? I can field like a question or two if you guys have anything pressing. I know some of you. Oof. No, yeah. If you're welcome, Mahira. No, don't cry. Yeah, it's at 10:45. Unconditional positive regard, Akash. No, no. Listen to Akash's words. They are comforting and strong. Mode is the most often. Lori, you were here at the beginning. You literally were the first person to say hello to me. Lori. No, no, you don't need to know how to calculate standard deviation, Sam. I won't ask you. You might be asked on the AP exam. Oh, well, I mean, you can if you want to, Janelle, but I will not. If I find Steven. I did, Lori. I said hello back. Go back to the beginning of the stream. I said hi. I think I'm going back and looking at it. Yes, I said hello, 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 or hey, hey, hey. I even typed it out in the chat. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry, Lori. That is not the case. Only one stream. You have been deceived. Okay, I'm going to bed, guys. Good night. Thanks for hopping on. I'm sorry that you were some of us. Real quick, this test is going to be over it's over the 3 sets of notes, but remember this is a progressive test, so it's over the old stuff too. So over personality, abnormal, and therapy. So Well, life is full of misery and hardships, Janelle. I'm sorry. We missed you though. So, just a few questions from that, but they should be pretty simple. Yep. Well, that's the main stuff, but yeah. But that's the personality abnormal and therapy is the old stuff that is possible on the test. I don't know how you save a chat. I don't know how that's possible. Top chat. Yeah, I don't know. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a good night. Make sure you study. Don't sweat it. You guys are gonna do great tomorrow. I know you guys are like panicking over some of this stuff, but thank you, Janelle. Some of my haters weren't on tonight. As you can see, I have 0 dislikes. So Ion and Nor, Arian was here though. So you know, she said some nice things. She said something nice, and yeah. So I'm sorry, Arian. I will try to respond more positively to your input from now on. I feel like you've had a change of heart. So good night, guys. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.